Hello guys, so this is going to be a breakdown on the December 8th NBA 8-game slate. So there's going to be a lot of value on this slate, a lot of teams on back-to-backs. So for point guard, at the top, Damian Lillard, 9,400. In the first matchup that they played against Minnesota, I was expecting Robert Covington to be guarding Lillard, but it's actually just Jeff Teague, Derrick Rose. Covington was guarding Jake Layman and CJ McCollum a lot actually, so I feel like Lillard, the matchup, it's a pretty good one at home against Minnesota. Their defense has been better, but I feel like you can definitely go with Lillard as one of your studs on a slate where there's a bunch of value. Next point guard is John Wall. So he's questionable right now, but it says that he's good to go for tomorrow's game, or for today's game, and so John Wall 9,300 against Cleveland. Cleveland's point guard defense is very bad. Colin Sexton just is not a good defender. I would say that I probably want to go Lillard over Wall because I just feel like Lillard's at home and Lillard has a little bit more upside, but Wall definitely not a bad pivot off of Damian Lillard. And then I feel like these next point guards, I don't think they're really in, the best spots to really go off. Like Kyrie, sure, but Boston's just pretty healthy now, and Chicago, they're on a back-to-back. Chicago's definitely improving right now, but Kyrie at 9K, I'd rather just pay the $300 or $400 to get up. Conley, yeah, the Lakers are a really good pace-up spot for the Grizzlies, but Conley's price is just really up there now. The next point guard really that I like, or at least I have a little bit of interest in, is Trae Young. Jeremy Lin's out. Denver's, pretty injury riddled right now. Trae Young 6K. I think it's actually the third game in a row. Yeah, that he's been at 6K. He hasn't really returned the value yet. He's just shot really poorly, but he's gonna be at home again. Hopefully less turnovers this game too. Jeremy Lin's gonna be out. His minutes are a little bit more secure, so I think there's definitely upside at this price tag. And then the next one I like is Colin Sexton. After that George Hill trade, the minutes are probably just locked into Sexton, Jordan Clarkson, some of these other guys, and so even though he doesn't do a whole lot other than just score the ball, I think this is a good spot. John Wall's not really a good defender. This is a good spot for Cleveland, as Washington doesn't really blow any teams out. So if Sexton, can just do a little bit of more rebounding and assisting, he can definitely go over value for his price. Moving on to shooting guard, I just feel like Beal, Russell, these guys are just overpriced. Levine's in a tough matchup. So really, I think Tim Hardaway Jr. It says first for opponent position rank, but Tim Hardaway at home, we know he always has these games where he can just go off for 30, 40 real life points. So at 6.9K, this is a really good price for him. He was at 7Ks a lot, and this is a great matchup really. I just don't really agree with that first place against that position. You look at Brooklyn, you don't really think of defense. Tim Hardaway, he's a really talented offensive player. He's one of the few Knicks that his minutes are just locked in. 30s, mid 30s, upper 30s. He scored the ball. He can do a little bit of everything else. So if he can really catch fire, he can definitely go for 50 DraftKings points. So I feel like even with that first opponent ranking, that actually might lower his ownership a little bit. So I do like Tim Hardaway quite a bit. Next, Jordan Clarkson. Same with Colin Sexton. His minutes are not as safe as Sexton, but with George Hill gone, Clarkson, he can do a little bit of everything else. He can do a little more rebounding and assisting than Sexton. Clarkson, his minutes probably aren't going to be more than what Colin Sexton plays, but Clarkson, when he's on the court, he's just chucking. He's taking a lot of shots. He's a better three-point shooter than Sexton. So I do like Clarkson. Also, another calf. And then next, Kent Bazemore. Jeremy Lin's out. Bazemore, he can definitely do some of the ball handling when Trae Young goes to the bench. And yeah, he had a great game last game, and I think this game can probably stay a little bit more closer than expected since Denver, they are missing Gary Harris, Will Barn, Paul Millsap now. So I think Bazemore, if he's gonna play 30 minutes, 4,800, I think he definitely go over 25, 24, where he needs to hit 5x. He can definitely go over 30 DraftKings points. So I like Kent Bazemore. Next, I like Alec Burks. This is gonna be a bit of a chalky play, I feel, but he's getting minutes. He does a lot, on the court. He can rebound, he can assist, he plays some defense a little bit. He's been not that great of a 3-point shooter so far, but we know that he can shoot mid ranges. He can definitely step outside, and he had a great game Friday against the Kings, and his ownership's probably going to be pretty high. But I feel like at 3,900, he's pretty safe to return value. He only needs 20, and he's already above 5x. So Burks, chalky, but I feel like definitely he has the upside. Next, Josh Hart. People definitely got burned on Josh Hart, burned by Josh Hart today, and this is a tougher matchup. But he doesn't really shoot the ball a lot. He got his rebounds. Sometimes he can actually get double-digit rebounds. He did that quite a few times last season. And he usually gets some steals and blocks. He just didn't get any of them today. 0 for 5 3-point shooting, definitely not what Josh Hart really does on a consistent basis. He usually would knock him down. So, 13.3 Friday night. He played 36 minutes though, so he should definitely, I would say, have a better game today. And then next, Malik Beasley. So Paul Millsap is out now too. There's going to be more usage. There can definitely be a lineup change that we would expect is going to be Trey Lyles to replace Paul Millsap, but they do have Hernan Gomez at small forward, and he can just play power forward. They can switch around the lineup. Go like Malik Beasley, Torrey Craig at the 3 or something. So we're going to have to wait for the lineup, but regardless, Beasley, without Gary Harris, he's played 31, 33. I'm not sure. I think 27 was also without Gary Harris. So, he's getting minutes. And he's, he takes shots and he's a good 3-point shooter. And 3,500 against Atlanta, which is a fast-paced team that doesn't really play defense. And in case, you think that this game does blow out, Malik Beasley, he'll be out there for blowout run. So, good price. And then small forward now, LeBron. I feel like this is actually a really good spot to play LeBron in because Memphis is a slower team. It's more of a grinding out game. And these type of games, the Lakers rely on LeBron. We've seen that in the past with games like the Heat game right there on the 18th. We know it was like a homecoming kind of thing when, he's going back to Miami. But, Miami's defense, we usually think of them as a very tough team. And these type of games like the Pacers, Spurs, Lakers rely on LeBron more because he's the best player in the world. And they might have Kyle Anderson on him. He's a good defender, but it doesn't matter because LeBron's he's LeBron. Jaren Jackson could be on him, but Jaren Jackson is just foul prone. And I just feel like LeBron's a good play at this price. It's a back-to-back, but LeBron, I mean, he's just best. He's one of the best athletes in the world. Next, Josh Richardson, 6,700. Big pace of spot for the Heat. Richardson hasn't been playing well. His ownership probably won't be that high. And Dragic is going to be resting this game. More ball handling opportunity for Richardson. And he just hasn't been shooting well. So, if you look at how he gets 24 DraftKings points when he's shooting 30%, 25%, below that, if he just knocks down a couple more shots, he's going to be at value. So Josh Richardson, I feel like is a really good GPP play. And then Gordon Hayward, just, Hayward, it's against Chicago. They don't really play defense. Hayward, price seems, decent. Justice Winslow, 4,300. Ball handles, from the second unit. Clippers, they play fast. Winslow does a little bit of everything. He might be a little high on today because of how well he shot the ball, 4 for 4. I think this is a good play. His minutes are going to be there again without Dragic, and I think, he can probably get you like 20, 30, and he showed, 43-point upside. But, definitely don't expect 43 again, but I feel like at his price, still, he's a great value play. And then let's go to Hernangomez. This guy, he's been really good this year. He rebounds the ball really well. He has some of these really good shooting games, and I feel like his shots are definitely going to be there without Paul Millsap. He can definitely go over to the floor. His price is actually down. His minutes should be there, 30 plus probably. For 300 again, I feel like this play might be safer than Winslow, in that Hernangomez can definitely rebound the ball a lot better, and he'll, get steals and blocks. And he's a pretty good shooter. Let's move on to power forward. Power forward, Tobias Harris. This price is pretty good for Tobias. He's been, 8Ks, higher 7Ks, and this is a good game to target actually. I feel like Clippers at home. I know Miami isn't that fast of a team, but I think they can definitely play fast. They can try to run with the Clippers, and Tobias at 7,400. This is a pretty good price. It's the cheapest since he's been in almost a month, and he's hit 40 a lot. If he gets you 40, he's already over 5x. So good play. Next, Lauri Markkanen. He's been really good. One thing I do have to mention is the Bulls are on a back-to-back. Markkanen, he's only been playing 3 games, and so he might be rested. Not sure. It is, a bit of a tough matchup, so I think ownership would be low. But the way that he's been playing, it's pretty nice, and it seems like he's already back to form, which maybe probably over what we were expecting from Markkanen. We didn't think he was probably this good, scoring 21, 24, playing really good defense, knocking down threes. So this could be a really good GPP play. Next, JaMychal Green. I feel like a lot of people will be on Green because of his price, but we have to remember that he only played these minutes because Jaren Jackson got into foul trouble. I would expect Kyle Anderson would guard LeBron, but if Jaren Jackson guards LeBron, he's gonna foul, get into 2 fouls with 2 minutes. Jaren Jackson just fouls a lot. JaMychal Green, he backs up Jaren Jackson, and so if Jaren Jackson gets into foul trouble, Green's probably gonna smash value, and he's been scoring the ball really well. Lakers are a great pace-up spot for this Grizzlies team, and Green's one of those guys that I feel like, his price, he can definitely get you value and more. Next, Thaddeus Young. This is if Sabonis misses. His minutes are just locked in a little bit better, and Sacramento gives up a lot to the power forward position. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's been playing well recently. He's been shooting the ball a bit more. He usually doesn't take too many shots, but if he's knocking them down and he's rebounding, and one thing that I will mention is Yusuf Nurkic. Last season, looking at when they play the Wolves, Nurkic goes to the bench a lot. His minutes just aren't up there, and so Aminu, there's definitely a lot more rebounding opportunities for him. And then next, Trey Lyles. People are definitely going to be on Trey Lyles because he's just so cheap against Atlanta. Great matchup. He can stretch the floor. He's probably going to be playing mid-20s, close to 30 minutes. And playing 19 minutes, under 20, he's been able to hit 22, 26 DraftKings points. And he's 3,500. He could definitely hit close to 30. And remember, last season when he was getting the minutes, when Millsap was out, he was getting you constantly 20 plus 30s in limited minutes. So this is going to be a great play. I'll definitely have a lot of exposure to Trey Lyles. And then lastly, center, Karl-Anthony Towns. he's a stud. Offensively, at least. On a slate where there aren't, five 5-digit price tags, Towns is as close as you can get. I think he's the second highest player behind LeBron, and he's got upside. We know that. He's shown 73 points upside in the last, few games. And Nurkic, he's not a bad defender, but Nurkic, he's a bit slow. Towns is a little bit more athletic, and Towns can search the floor. He can go out, hit the three. There's no more Jimmy Butler in town. He can definitely get, like a 30-10 game with blocks, steals. He's getting a bunch of shots up, and this game should stay close, I would think. So Towns, definitely a lot upside. Next, Jokic, same thing, a lot upside. Atlanta doesn't defend well. Probably Jokic is going to have a lot more rebounding opportunities without Paul Millsap, and he's been shooting the ball a lot more. After, I believe, there was a game where he only shot the ball like 2 times or something. He's been hitting, double-digit shot attempts recently. His assists, rebounds are just, they're there. Sometimes they're just not there. But without Millsap, I feel like he's definitely going to have to carry the offense a lot more with Jamal Murray and Atlanta. They just don't play defense. Marcus Gasol deserves a mention just because of how bad the Lakers are on defense and the pace. But I feel like Gasol is a little bit pricey. Like, I probably would prefer Jokic, because Jokic probably has like a 70-point upside, where Gasol, probably 60 at most. Jokic, Towns, they just have 70-point upside, so I'd rather pay extra $600, $1,100 for them. Next, Enes Kanter. I have to mention him because we always target him for GPPs. If he gets the minutes, he usually gets you overvalue, and this is the matchup where he can definitely do it. Brooklyn, we know Jared Allen is not that great of a defender. He just allows a lot to centers. So, if Kanter, he can play 30s, 40s minutes, he's going to get you 40, 50 DraftKings points. Tremendous upside. Tristan Thompson, his minutes are locked in more than Kanter, but I feel like Kanter, he's just the more offensively talented player. And Washington, though, they allow a lot of rebounds. And Tristan, we know he's a great rebounder, and he's been a beast lately. Tristan, they're going to be on a back-to-back, but I don't think it really matters. Cleveland's going to be at home, and Tristan, you look at what he's been doing. Last game, he had a down game, but you just look at other games, he's getting double-doubles, and they're not like 10-10s. They're like 19, 18, 20 rebounding games. Like, this is a really good play, matchup-wise at least. Price is a little bit up there, but the matchup is phenomenal. Next, there's a lot of centers that I like. Miles Turner, 6,600 still. No Victor Oladipo, and I like him with Sabonis in. Without Sabonis, I love him even more. I'm not sure if we're going to land on these mid-range guys, because I feel like there's a lot of stars and scrubs appeal, but Turner deserves a mention. He has 50-point upside. You're going to be at home. It was a blowout last game, so his minutes just weren't there. But, if his minutes are there, he can probably get you 30, 40. And when you look at these Pacers games, it's just pick and roll. Darren Collison with Miles Turner, pick and roll. And Turner, he can knock down jump shots. He has a lot of good usage without Oladipo in the lineup. So, Turner, solid play. Montrezl Harrell, his price is a little bit coming back down now. He hasn't been playing that great recently, but the matchups just haven't been great. Anthony Davis, Marcus Gasol. This matchup, though, against probably Bam Adebayo, I would expect Hassan Whiteside to probably miss on a back-to-back again. So Adebayo, he's an athletic center as well, just like Harrell. So probably, it's not a good matchup, but they match up well against each other, as in, they're kind of similar, a little bit similar plays or play styles. But his price is down, so if you want Want to take a chance on Harrell? Definitely. Probably ownership's going to be low. And then on the other side, Bam Adebayo. Clippers allow a lot to centers. Bam, 5,400. Price is a lot higher. But, he got like 43. Yeah, 43 points, DraftKings points today. Probably not going to get 43 again, but we can probably get 30 plus if he gets his minutes. And this game should stay closer than the Suns. So, Bam Adebayo should probably get a double-double again unless it's foul trouble. And, if he does, he's still underpriced. Next, JaVale McGee. Not a good matchup. But you look at McGee's price, it's the lowest it's been like all season. And his minutes are not there anymore with Tyson Chandler in town, but he's a lot more athletic than Marc Gasol. I just think that this is a decent matchup, as we've seen on back-to-backs with, that Sacramento-Atlanta on the 10th and 11th of November. His minutes, they're not going to drop, like drastically on a back-to-back. McGee's just so athletic. He can get you blocks, rebounds, easy layups, easy alley-oops. So, JaVale McGee, just a price play at least. And then last, we're going to go all the way down to Kyle O'Quinn. This is only contingent, obviously, on if Sabonis is out. If he is, O'Quinn, he got a blowout run, so he's probably going to be popular. But even, without blowout run, this is a guy that can be like a point per minute guy. If he gets you 19 minutes like he did earlier, that's what he can do for you. And at 3K, he only needs to get you 15 points. He'll probably get you 15 points in 15 minutes. And this game probably stays close, so I feel like he wouldn't get 27 minutes. But, if there's foul trouble, Cauley-Stein is an athletic player. Miles Turner is too, but, if Turner gets into foul trouble, O'Quinn, he can I think he can actually shoot some threes. Not well, but he can step out of there and make some. He can do a lot on the court for you, and at 3K, this is a very GPP like play. So I think, if you're really looking for the bottom of the barrel, Kyle Quinn, he definitely provide you some value, potential for GPPs. But, safer is probably going to be Trey Lyles, Hernan Gomez, guys like that. So I feel like this is going to be a very stars and scrubs slate. So definitely there's a lot of value right now. There's probably going to be more value when the slate time comes closer to lock. So thank you guys for watching. Good luck on the slate tonight, and thanks. Bye.